Hey, hi, it's Gretchen Shepherd. With a little different kind of idea today. I am in the middle of my studio organization and cleanup. And of course, I had to watch some videos on this, and I also had to watch one of my favorite watercolorists, Diane Anton. And she had this thing that she was doing with her Kuretake watercolors, which I have my set of Kuretakes right here. And how she organized them, and she had this nice top to a palette from Meeden. I don't have that, and I'm impatient. And I was wondering, how could I do that? Do I have a tray that'll work? Da 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 da. This is what I came up with, and then we're going to see if it works. What I do have is I have this paper here that is coated like this on one side and kind of coated on the other side. As something came wrapped in. I think one of my photographs like this, but I tested first to see if the watercolor would hold up if I used the middle part as a mixing part. Now, obviously, this is plastic coated, so it didn't work real well with that. So I thought, well, what about the other side? Will it work? Because it's kind of coated too. And I noticed that it kind of would be okay and would hold up enough and it wouldn't soak in and it would be okay for a mixing palette. Because my goal is to get these out of here and into a way that I can, like Diane had, she had this really cool tray that she had put them all in and around. And so she had all her colors around the edge and then she could mix right in the middle of them. It seemed like a good idea to me. So I thought, I wonder what I can do. And I didn't have a tray, didn't have anything else. But what I did have is a cheap canvas that I use for fluid art and stuff when my grandkids are coming. And I had this paper. So I cut a chunk off and I made it just a tad bit bigger than the inside of this. Because there's a little lip under here. You can see that little lip. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tuck this in there. And then under here, get it all tucked in to where I want it. And then they're going to fit. Now I measured. I did measure this. And I should be able to get 6 down, 4 across, another 6. We'll see how it goes. This means that I can arrange them the way I want to and choose the ones that I like and that I don't like. I'm going to just start laying these out in the order that they're in. Now, the good thing about Kiratakis is they have the number on the back. You can see that. That corresponds to what number here and what color. See, I've already got them mixed up. And so then, and then I can also use the edge, I'm thinking, to write down the name of the color that it is. We'll see how that goes. Now, we'll lay them out. I'm not going to stick them down yet because I'm going to come back with either double-sided tape, which I have, or a little line of easy tack, which I also have, or I have these little funny little sticky things. I'm just going to use what I have that are double-sided. They'll stick them down and decide which colors I actually want in and which colors I don't. Okay, so there's that. And then I'll go. All right, so that's that far with this one. That gives me a good area to do with. It's not too big of a palette, but it still is missing a lot. I'm only getting about half of them in. I wanted more. What to do, what to do, what to do. Let me go look in my source of canvases, I might have something else that might work better. Okay, solution. So back to those days, at least those hours spent in with the geometry tutor back in high school paid off. Area and perimeter, at least I remember. Okay, um, they didn't fit in this one in an 11 by 14, and adding an 8 by 10 still didn't fit. So went out to the garage and found hanging on the wall two pieces of fluid art that are understandably hanging on the wall in the garage. If you take these guys and you fill them, I can get all of them in two square ones, and then I can have it so that I get perhaps a warm palette and a cool palette, or however I want to organize it. And that's what I'm going to do now. All right, so they'll fit in there just like that. I haven't got it set yet. I don't know if that's the color palette that I'm going to do. I'm going to organize, I'm going to play with them, see how they fit together, do some swatching, and then I'll move them around and label them based on what ends up where. What's nice about it is if I don't like how it ends up, I can always move them. Yeah. I have a little bit of extra space and I have working. I like that. Okay, so I have them laid out and I figured something out. I have these adhesive dots and I stick it on the back here. Numbered. Get that on there. I decided I want my greens and yellows together. I've had these dots around for ages, so I'm not using anything new. And then what I'll do is I'll take the names and I'll add the names here of each color so they don't have to reference numbers. But renumbering right here, I put a piece of artist tape over the numbers I had because I decided that this goldish kind of color actually was closer to this green. So it's my transition color, and then this has more yellow in it, and we'll transition in and around that way. So that's what I decided to do. And that's it. Look, I've got them numbered. Add labels of what the colors are, and then I'm good to go, and it will work just like this. Da-da-da, da-da-da-da. See? Yay! I can mix those colors that I want. Oh, yes. This is going to be great. Yes! I'm so excited. This one's all set. Needs to be labeled. Then I'm just trying to clean up my studio. These are things that are going to make it work better for me. And then hopefully they don't fall. Oh, the paper's going to fall out. I got to stick the paper down. Ah. Man, oh man. Thank you, Diane Anton, for the inspiration. But for somebody who's a photographer who's pretending to be a watercolor artist once in a while, this is going to work just fine. Yes. All right. So if you like this, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see me do some more crazy things like this, comment, like it. Go check out some other things that I do. I'm got some plans through this holidays to do little goofy sketches, and having not had a sketchbook until 2 years ago, ever, and now I just play and do all this kind of stuff all the time. This is really a step in cleaning my studio. It honestly is. Yeah, it is. I'm not just telling myself that. You have to kind of stick with me. It'll get there. It may take till Christmas, but it'll get there. All right. Thanks for being here. And until next time, keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around you. But the first place you'll find it is when you go look in your mirror. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye.